Oil billionaire, CEO of Continental Resources and major university donor Hamm approached the dean of the University of Oklahoma demanding the school fire oil researchers. The Oklahoma Geological Survey at the university found in a study that hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, and the disposal of wastewater from oil and gas drilling is absolutely responsible for a string of earthquakes in Oklahoma. Hamm doesn't share their conclusions, and as a donor of $20 million, a gift for diabetes research to the University of Oklahoma, he also has a building named in his honor on the campus. He wants the researchers of that project dismissed. The university is coming to his defense. Catherine Bishop, the university's vice president of public affairs, along with Mr. Hamm himself, who responded to the controversy saying that he's very approachable, that he doesn't try to push anybody around. You know, Jose, it sounds like to me he's exactly trying to push them around.
Well, that's what $20 million gift entitles you to, or at least in his mind does. I think this is important that the university is taking this stance where science is prevailing over private interest.
Right, and it's more, to me, it's more of a question of academic freedom. You know, who gives him the right to decide the facts, regardless of how much money he's given this school? And I think it's shameless that this Catherine Bishop, the vice president of public affairs, is coming to his aid. I didn't mention this earlier, but you know, doing the research for this, he had actually said that he was going to take up this issue with the governor of Oklahoma if they didn't fix it. You know, that sounds like a threat to me. Get rid of these guys, or I'm going to take it up with the main authority in this state if you're not going to do anything about it.
We've seen it here at the Leap. We've reported before the involvement of big oil into education, academia, even in the natural history museums. We talked not too long ago about the fact that there was a petition going around with many of the most prominent scientists asking for money from big oil companies not to be donated to natural history museums, because it's not fair that these companies that are creating irreversible damage to the nature of our planet get to say if that is told or not in the natural history. So I think that this is exactly what we are trying to prevent oil companies from preventing the public of knowing what's the real cost of fracking.
Right, and who are they to jump in? You know, they can't buy their way and change history, just like they can't change the facts in an academia setting. And I think that this guy, he's pretty brazen to try and do it, but kudos to the researchers who stood their ground, still reported it. Apparently, Oklahoma suffers from scores of earthquakes, and it's due, according to them, specifically to this fracking. They weren't afraid to stand up and say it. They didn't lose their jobs, by the way. The university kept them on. They apparently got enough press that, obviously, if they did fire them, the University of Oklahoma would lose even more credibility.
Yeah.
But guys, they still have their jobs, and Mr. Hamm, who incidentally was a former energy policy advisor to Mitt Romney, big in the oil scene. He can't buy the facts in this case, so looks like they're going to do the right thing and keep these guys on board. Well, we'd love to know what you think about this story. Be sure and log on and post your comments. While you're at it, subscribe to the LIP TV too.